Q4 is upon us, and today I want to tour the game barn and talk about the changes that we've made in our business as it relates to October through December. I've been in business reselling full-time for about how many years has it been?
Over 8 or 9.
Yeah, okay. Well, 8 or 9 years of full-time, and before that, a number of years part-time while going to college and all those things. And I've had a lot of Q4s, and guys, I'm going to be honest, I feel like I've never really gotten it right. Like every time it happens, I'm like, wow, that was amazing, but I feel like I wasn't ready. You sell so much stuff, and you run out of inventory, at least for me, and just wonder, man, what if I would have done this? So I'm trying to accumulate things that I've learned in the past in our business. There's so many different ways you can go about it. So one of the things that you have to consider is, do you do more buying or more selling in Q4? The buying opportunities tend to be abundant. A lot of retailers doing sales, a lot of game stores doing big sales. You know, GameStop might be doing some retro stuff like they've done in the past. Collection opportunities are there on Facebook with local connections, with online connections, whatever it is. So buying opportunities can be abundant, but really it's the time to sell. One thing that we are trying to do, and we've done this the last 3 or 4 weeks, is send off at least 1,000 items per week. 750 is kind of the minimum. 1,000 is the stretch goal, and I think we've kind of averaged 1,000 for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So and this is to Amazon FBA, for those who don't know. FBA is a great way. It's fulfillment by Amazon. It's a great way for us to save time on the back end because we send it to the warehouses and then Amazon ships it, fulfills it, handles customer service, those things. So it does save us a little bit of time in that regard. And stuff like this, which we'll talk about later, the buy list stuff, has been part of our strategy of fulfilling our Amazon needs, things that sell fast for us, things that we want, and that's a good way to save time in the sourcing, and we definitely appreciate anybody that's sending us stuff. You can see here, we have been stockpiling a little bit of the best stuff, like Wii Sports Resort, stuff that flies off the shelf, especially in Q4. And so that's been part of our strategy, is sourcing a ton, previously saving the best stuff, but still sending off 1,000 items a week, trying to fulfill the Amazon thing. You can see with our testing station, we've tried to.
Good.
It looks bad, right? We've tried to get this right. We can't figure this out, man. Consoles is it's something that I think we should do more of, but it takes time to get them cleaned, tested, sent off, boxed up, everything. So that's the question of where should your time go? A lot of that is inventory dependent, right? So if you have consoles and that's the only thing you have, but you're sitting on consoles, one of the notes I took here, what types of items should you source? Consoles is one of the top ones. It's going to be one of the best sellers at Christmas time. In November and December, consoles will fly as gifts in so many different places. They're just going crazy, and you can't get enough of them, but they take time to send off. So if the opportunity costs, if you're giving up, I've got all these popular games, and I'm not getting those sent off because I'm doing consoles, maybe you should consider doing the games because there's probably more bang for your buck, business dollars, profit dollars per hour, if you were to send off all the games. If you don't have that, then you should probably do consoles.
Yeah, what if you were on eBay? I feel like the quantity or adding quantities of consoles might be easier potentially.
We've had years of selling on eBay. We've transitioned most of our business to Whatnot and Amazon for reasons that I can get into, but the top eBay sellers in our Discord and people that are crushing it in video games have those replenishable listings. For the white Wii bundle, which you can sell on Amazon with Mario Kart, you can do that on eBay too. And if you look up white Wii bundle Mario Kart, look up the solds on eBay. There's going to be some solds that might be prices that surprise you. And this is sellers that are replenishing a listing. They're offering an excellent product. They have great feedback on it. They have a number of solds on this listing that gives customers confidence. From my perspective, they're kind of doing the Amazon strategy, but on eBay. Instead of replenishing something that already exists, saving time that way, not taking new pictures, not taking new... So there's a lot of time save, and then you can build those bundles, box them up, and just ship them off when they're ready, as long as you're doing the same condition as your picture. And this is a great strategy, and it often leads to a premium on your items, and that's stuff that you're going to want to have in stock. And it's hard to kind of exactly focus on a tour, but you can see we have a lot of manuals still. So we have a good Whatnot plan as far as selling retro manuals and boxes goes, which we're going to be doing around the corner. We're going to do a 9-hour auction with that stuff. You can see even more manuals over here. It's kind of hard to see past those, but we're always kind of building our next big show, our next big Whatnot show. So stuff that's interesting, high-end, whatever, grows on this shelf as it goes, and that's going to be CIB Retro, CIB Handhelds, just awesome stuff. and we're going to be doing one of those soon.
If we were doing eBay, this stuff would be listed.
Absolutely.
Like that is top priority as far as listing goes.
Yeah, that would be number one if eBay was our main way of selling. If you have a death pile right now, that's good. You should definitely get it all listed. Stuff that's not listed doesn't really do you any good during Q4. And we're trying to remedy that. But yeah, like getting it listed by Black Friday is like so important for your sales to be maximized. One thing to note is like if you don't get it sold by Black Friday or by Christmas, January, in most cases for online sellers, is a top 3 month of the year in sales. A lot of times people get consoles and they're buying games. So if you're selling a lot of games, you're probably going to do pretty well in January. January is actually usually our second highest month of the year. December being first, November being third. But like, don't forget about January. Don't give up if you don't maximize December. But still, the goal is to maximize that. But it continues on. I would say like March, April is when it starts to actually slow down a little bit, and then you can kind of like change your mindset.
So efficiencies in this hallway, how does it pertain to Q4 and organization and what you would kind of prioritize?
Well, the priority for us still is going to be the software. You can see here we still have all of this. These are double deep shelves. So like there's a lot of PS3 games. Some of these aren't great, but some of them are going to be very fast selling items that we need to get off to Amazon. We still want to send about 1,000 items a week leading up to it, and we might even ramp that up as we get closer. But we can't get enough of this stuff off. Until these games are gone, that's probably going to be what we're doing. And we have, you guys saw the buy list packages over there to unbox later for us. That stuff continues to come in. We're going to keep doing games until we run out. We might mix in consoles a little bit more to our strategy. But right now I want to have as many games in stock as possible while also maintaining a whatnot strategy. Having a diversified business has always been important to me, which is why you'll find us selling on whatnot still. But our whatnot strategy has changed a little bit in the sense of we're going to do maybe more big shows and less like daily shows, so we can have days where we just focus on getting stuff sent off to Amazon.
So in the Discord in the past, we've talked about listing consistently. We have tons of things that you can do. Definitely join the Discord to maximize your eBay and Amazon. But what would you consider a better strategy in Q4? Would you just list as much as possible and maybe like worry a little bit less about consistency? What would your thinking be there?
I think if you can change what consistency looks like in Q4, that would have been our strategy. If we're listing on eBay 10 items a day, and eBay is the primary source of listing, well, we might ramp it up to 20 items a day, October through the end of November or whatever, just because like that's the time to do it. So if you can kind of keep your like priorities in order, for us, like a core value at Caterpie is family. So we're not going to sacrifice our time to hit those goals. And maybe you're in a season where you can do that. But for us, we're trying to maximize our 40 hours a week per man as a team. We're just trying to find ways that we can do that as efficiently as possible and make sure that our time is being put to the right areas. And I hope these rambles are helpful to you guys. It's just things that come to mind having done a lot of Q4s and never quite getting it right. I'm trying to get it more right this year. I think we've adjusted a lot of things. It's the most right we've ever been. If you look at the numbers, I think our sales are 2.7 times higher than they were last year at this point, which is crazy because we have the same team. We added Nolan like a couple weeks ago, and he's been great. But that hasn't been a factor in the numbers yet, right? Stuff hasn't even checked into Amazon yet that he's been a part of. So it's encouraging to see. We've been obsessed with systems and processes and learning more things. So the efficiency of whatnot is great because we've done $1 million in sales this year. That's crazy to think about. If you think about what that looks like on other platforms, like it's so nice because in video you can really show the item, but it's auction 1 through auction 300 depending on how many items we run in a day. And you can show it and it's quick and the buyer knows exactly what they're getting. A video is worth more than a picture, in my opinion, right? So that's part of the reason we love whatnot, like being obsessed with systems and efficiency. I mean, that's been a big one. So you can see there will be a full breakdown as Sky Guy mentioned, but the efficiency of our shipping, like just right there, like you're shipping right here, 2 shipping stations, you turn around, you pull the items, they're numbered. And the other good thing about it is I think the average person buys 3 items per show. So there's bundled shipping. You're saving time on the amount of shipping labels needed. The order size is bigger. The basket size is bigger. And that's part of the efficiency there. And then I mentioned earlier with FBA, it's saving on the shipping and the fulfillment and the customer service end of things. So like cutting out time anywhere that you can, very important, especially if you can keep margins similar. And then your sales are just going to increase because you can put more manpower into actually getting things sold. But continuing the tour part, you can see this area, it needs a little work.
Yeah.
You know, there shouldn't be anything in the aisles ever. We just did a big show on Whatnot, and shipping that is a fiasco, so I'm making excuses.
We're still recovering.
We're recovering. We've improved this part, so the replacement cases now go here. So channel sponsor XYAB, cases that I recommend from them are the OG Xbox.
Those ones are great.
Really nice option. The Wii is pretty good. It's not perfect. It's pretty good. It's solid. And I do recommend the Wii. Their PS2 cases, they're not there yet. I don't recommend those yet. They're kind of more DVD style cases. So we'll get there as far as those go. They're always improving their products, which is great. The PS4 cases they have, I strongly recommend. And the PS3 cases, they fixed those.
They made some big improvements to those.
Yeah, so their original case option, the cover art didn't fit very well in it, but they fixed it. And they have a great case option for those now. So those are the main ones I recommend, but also 3DS, Switch, and some others. And then accessories and everything else. XYB, use our code down below, $50 off your first order of 100 more. If you're selling video games and you haven't applied yet to partner with XYB, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. I love it for my business. I think you will too. Next to the replacement cases and the games to be replaced, this is where the discs go after they're cleaned. And you can see we've got color code, that's Blu-ray clean, that's a deep clean, that's a light clean. Colors that make sense, so discs stack 50 high.
We recently improved how this all looks as well, so we know.
Yeah, it's getting cleaner, you know?
Yeah.
So those have a home. We have 2 Echo Masters now, so a lot of times we'll have 2 of these running at the same time. We turned them off for you guys in this video. We don't always do that, so I apologize for the background. But
yeah, David and I both try and edit out that frequency as much as we can.
But that's efficiency right there. 50 discs at a time. That goes very well with what we're doing here. And basically, when the disc gets put back in the case, if the case needs swapped, it gets put here. So you don't really have to do much moving. These replacement cases used to be on the other side. So that's just one example of a small micro improvement.
Because now we can just set up right here
with this portable desk, which we added because we were taking stacks over to other areas. So just trying to make it very efficient. So shipping station, also a huge area of improvement. All the boxes that we use the most are right there. You don't have to do any walking. It's very quick.
Overall,
and easy.
our process has gotten pretty nice because it goes from unprocessed to kind of processed in this area. Might need cleaning, disc replacing, but then after that, it just comes right around here to these shelves.
It has much better flow, and those are the Amazon game shelves, and we're going to try to make all 4 of those Amazon game shelves. We still have empty boxes on the last one. Those are going to get moved or sold very soon.
Hopefully sold.
Hopefully sold, and then that'll all be Amazon prepping. So we've improved a lot, but we're still obsessed with improving even more. And I think to sum up our Q4 strategy, it's continue Whatnot, just maximize the shows that we do, big sales, big shows. Focus on Amazon even more because Amazon is where the customers tend to be, and focus on the efficiency of selling software and things that we can get the most profit dollars per hour in a way that makes sense with our inventory. I think these principles can apply to you guys. Find out the areas that you make the most money, business dollars per hour, business profit dollars per hour. That's the metric that you need to know, right? If you're doing eBay, if you're doing Mercari, if you're doing Whatnot, or whatever you have in your business, what area should you put the most hours into, especially during Q4? Figure that out. Apply some of these efficiency principles to your business. Let me know what's been working for you and what hasn't been working, what you're trying to improve. And let me know if you like this kind of video. It's kind of rambly, but just random thoughts for Q4. Good luck. Go crush it. I wish you guys the best. Thank you for watching. God bless. Bart'll do.